Welcome everybody to Fallout 4. We're going to be going through a build plus a lore playthrough at the same time. We are going to go to this special books and we're going to show you this real quick. So our build is going to consist of becoming Adam's Judgment, or the god Adam himself. So we're going to end up getting rooted. We're going to get Nerd Rage because we're going to be using rads to give ourselves a permanent Nerd Rage boost. And of course, we're going to win big leagues because we're going to be grabbing Adam's Judgment right off the bat. We're going to grab the Your Special book and put it into strength so that we can swing the big hammer a lot harder.
Damn it! Come in!
We're going to rush all the way to the Nakano family, even though we are just way underleveled. But we're going to take our way over to Far Harbor.
I heard the shout.
You don't have to wait for Nick. Just run to their house and the quest will start. Behind the picture frame, you will find the key to open up a safe. And this will allow Mr. Nakano to let us use his boat that magically drives us to Far Harbor.
Like, I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and
As we level up here for completing the quest, we're going to grab, we already have Nerd Rage, we have one in big leagues. Nuclear Physicist is going to give us a ton more radiation damage from the hammer. The Lone Wanderer is going to allow us to take less damage when we don't have companions, which we will not have a companion in this playthrough. We're also going to grab Life Giver, and Toughness are going to be a huge part of the build because our health is going to be low
I think I
as we run through. Because we are going to become Adam, we have to be irradiated. Pretty heavily irradiated, I might add.
I know where Kasumi went.
There's no time to
Wait.
Those guys stop talking and we finally go to the magical boat. I mean, really, it must be magical because who's driving this thing? Anyway, we reach these people on the dock. A whopping level 5.
Our island. We don't need no freeloaders or more help, mainlander. So you can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this is right. Sorry, but Alan,
A young woman.
some sort.
While these guys are talking and chatting it up, the dinner bell rings and it's right on time actually because that boat ride was really long and I haven't eaten in days. Anyway, they set some traps. They blow them up. And I tried to launch some Molotovs and slipped off. So we're going to hide behind these guys and hope that they kill him. No, we're not. I'm not a bitch. I'm going to try to kill him. Oh, yeah. Big damage. Oh, yeah. Come on. Guys, shoot them. Please. Please, somebody. All right, one down. Nerd Rage effective. Here we go. Now, oh, yeah. We got this. Oh, boy. Alright, let's try this again. This time, let's not actually slip off the ledge. We do like absolutely no damage because we are heavily underleveled. I think they recommend level 15 or something like that for this. We do get a few cheeky little kills in though on our way to victory. But we should probably run away because these lizards are, they hit pretty hard. Alright, Nerd Rage. Ah, boy. Alright, third time's the charm. I didn't want to do it, but we're gonna blow them up. Ah, one kill. Worth it. These town people are actually really terrible, so we decided just to pull out a gun and just start shooting them from a distance, and hopefully we finally win, because we have to pass this part in order to make it over to Adam. So I need these gulpers to die. If you decide to go to Far Harbor in the low level, you do whatever you feel is necessary as well. I won't judge you. After finally helping this town defend itself, we bought the pole hook because it's just a lot stronger. And we try to test out the damage, and hopefully it's not as bad as the opening fight. That's much better. It's a shame we're not going to use this for the whole playthrough. Anyway, while we're watching some of the action here on my low level kills on these high level trappers, let's go over a few things in the build. So first off, if you want to hit even harder than what you're going to see later, you can use Blitz, but you need to put a lot of points in agility for that, which I chose not to do because I'd rather have the Nerd Rage, which gives you the 20% boost. And then I also wanted the big leagues, and I also wanted nuclear physicists. So I put it all the way up to 10 for intelligence. I was up to 5 in strength, and then I had 3 in endurance so that I could get the Life Giver perk, which was very useful because Nerd Rage is when you're below 20% health. But the bigger your health pool, the bigger that 20% number is. In other words, if you have 100 health, 20% is only 20 health. But if you have 200 health, 20% becomes 40 health. So bigger health pool means I can still have a little bit of survivability. I finally reached my people who worship me. This child is definitely top of the line. She blasted old boy. And now that we reach the children of Adam, all we need to do is a little quest. 2 quests, in fact. We're going to have to drink from a dirty spring. We're going to follow a ghost. The other one is we're going to kill some chick in a church who decided to defile my worshiping.
I'm interested in joining.
Decisions of whom may enter our family.
Back into the build. Another way that you can hit harder, which I feel a lot of people sleep on, is if you put your luck up to 5 or 6, I think, you can get better criticals. It'll eventually do double the critical damage, which your critical damage already does double what you do anyway. So with the melee build, because you also do the double in VATS, you can absolutely dismantle this game with Adam's Judgment. But I decided not to do that again because I had to put so many points into the Nerd Rage. Also strength and endurance. As you can see, I really needed the endurance. Anyway, Nerd Rage is going to give you a 20% boost on top of the big leagues, which gives you another percentage depending on how many points you put up. That mixed with VATS and the nuclear physicist perk, which is going to give us more radiation damage. When you see Adam's Judgment, it already has a high radiation damage. Now radiation, there are a few things that are immune to radiation, but Adam's Judgment physical damage is almost just as good as its radiation damage, which you guys will see after I kill the heretic who decided that worshiping me was no longer worth it. I require full dedication, as I am the god Adam. But when she dies and I get the weapon, you'll see the physical damage and the radiation damage are pretty high. Nuclear Physicist is going to up my radiation damage. Big Leagues is going to up my physical damage. Nerd Rage is going to up both of them because any attack is 20% boosted by Nerd Rage. That is how you are going to see how hard I hit when this build is complete. The other thing I'd like to point out is when it comes to charisma, there is a perk, Lone Wanderer. If you don't have a companion, you get damage reduction, and then eventually when you get high enough, they'll give you a 25% boost in your damage. I really was only using it for the damage reduction because by the time you're high enough to get the 25% boost in damage from being a Lone Wanderer, there's just other perks that you can use. However, I eventually do use it towards the end of the game, but I think I only killed like the Brotherhood at the end with it, which you don't really need it anyway. So just to recap, before we get into the lore of the build, you are going to put points in intelligence so that you can get Nerd Rage all the way at the bottom. You're going to use the Nuclear Physicist, which is also good if you decide to use Power Armor because it makes the fusion cores decay slower. And then you're also going to want Big Leagues. If you decide that you want to do a fist instead of a melee weapon, then you're going to want Iron Fist. So you're going to want some points in strength, some points in endurance to keep you alive, because you're going to want your health a little bit lower so that you can proc that Nerd Rage a bunch of times.
Glory to Adam.
And then outside of that, when it comes to the lore of this build, as you can see, Adam's Judgment, 106 physical, 210 radiation. Looks awesome. May as well test out the damage while we're here. He seems like a good candidate. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, now that we are Adam, let's see how we can handle Far Harbor. Oh my. The people in Far Harbor are dead. Wow. That's awful. Hey, where did my legs go? That's just as bad as Far Harbor's looking right now. Boy, what a shame. This town really could be pretty nice, but they decided not to worship Adam. Anyway, we're going to go over here to the fusion, back in the Commonwealth. And let's see how we're hitting. Power Armor, can you stop us? Nerd Rage boost? No, you cannot. That's awful. Oh shit, he's gonna blow up. Also, grab the strength bobblehead while you're here.
There we go.
Does anybody want to know how strong I am and see if Swan is immune to radiation damage? No. No, he's not. And I don't even think I procced my Nerd Rage on that. That's a shame. He's supposed to be hard. Legendary Razor Claw Mirelurk. Is your shell gonna help you? No, it's not. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. You can always tell when Nerd Rage procs because you get to move faster than everybody else for a period of time. Oh wow, I wish I could use that. But I can't. Only things with Adam. We eventually get Adam's Bulwark, which does more armor, resistance, energy resistance, and physical resistance as you get more rads, and because we're always irradiated, it's a pretty good piece of armor. Other than that, we have the road leathers on, and we have the Inquisitor cowl, because with more rads you become smarter. So not only are we Adam, but Adam is also the smartest woman alive. These mutants are actually fairly high level, and we're not quite to their level yet. But as you can see, the damage speaks for itself. We saved this guy and his super mutant up at the top because really, I didn't really care about them, but I wanted the melee bobblehead because it gives you 25% boost in critical damage.
What the hell are you doing in there?
Alright, guy, get out of my way. Ah, there we are. Anyway, on to the storyline. We reach Kellogg, and I think you all know how this is going to go. Don't give him a chance to speak. There's no point. That's beautiful. And as you can see, we are getting shot, but our health isn't going down very much due to the Lone Wanderer perk, Toughness, Life Giver, and also the Adam's Bulwark. Because we are radiated, as I said, it does give you a decent amount for only having one piece of armor on.
You were barely human.
It's a lot better than it seems.
Bingo.
So we are going to pass Adam's Judgment on everybody in this game. If you do not worship Adam, you will die. Kellogg was actually the best that the Institute had to offer. He thought I was locked in here with him, but he was locked in here with me.
Going up. Access.
That's a really nice flying machine. I think I'm gonna blow you up. Now, Preston was a rare case that he doesn't exactly like radiation, but he does want to follow me, and he's asked for my help. So I kept him alive even though he doesn't like rads. As long as he worships me, it's okay. So we took over the castle for him. But Mama Dukes came out, and I wanted to see how I matched. Yeah, I think I'll be just fine. I pumped myself full of drugs because I am a drug addict when I did fight the Mirelurk Queen, but I saw this random behemoth running around here and I wanted to test my might without the drugs, and it was just as good. I'm not great at any video game, but the one thing I can do is make a build that hits hard, and I think this is solid proof that I'm correct. We make it back home, where these people worship me. Mama Imelda over here used to be my wife, but she got a little old, so we decided that we're gonna part ways. I thought I picked up Blitz, which I should have, but I did not, so I was blitzed by the Enclave. We absolutely dismantled this Corsair. Why anybody thought they could fight is beyond me, because you can't. Oh, and no survivors. Unfortunately, lady, you probably shouldn't have spoke because I didn't even know you were here. But
You don't have to say anything.
you're welcome.
My institute doesn't. I knew they'd send a course. I think I would have lost. Thanks again for your help. And before you ask, the Commonwealth is unforgiving.
But you're not a worshiper. Sorry. Adam demanded help reaching the Institute, so we tricked these guys into helping us out. They decoded the Courser chip for us. But then things went ugly because I needed to test out my gamma gun, and these guys kind of seemed like perfect candidates. So close your eyes.
Sam, I'm coming home.
Look alive, everyone.
For those of you that did not know, the gamma gun actually does a splash damage, so if two people are standing on top of each other, you can actually blast them both at the same time. Oh, look at this vertebrate. I think they wanted to worship Adam, but it was too late for that because they already attacked me. But really though, what is this pilot doing? Oh, he was thirsty. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now back to defeating non-worshippers. Our damage reduction is still pretty good. I mean, we're getting pretty lit up. Keep some stim packs on hand, and you should be able to go through these fights pretty easily because literally everybody gets hit once and dies. I'd also like to point out that when you VAT somebody, it is incredibly easy to one-shot somebody. Except when your VATS doesn't work. Back to the storyline. The Institute. Because my son is in the Institute, there's only one thing that I love more than my faith, and that is my son, unfortunately. So he gets to live. Also, he sent me to a place that is filled with radiation. Hey, give me my radiation back. What are you doing? I need that. Oh, good. There's my radiation. Ah, that's it. I'm right at home. But I'm kind of feeling kind of sick at the same time. My son has betrayed me. But here we are defending my son again. We killed the Brotherhood. And I told you guys I was gonna blow up that blimp. It looks amazing to blow up. Yeah. Adam always keeps his word. Oh shit, that's coming for us. Somebody get us out of here. I knew I kept my son alive for a reason. Thank you, Sean, for the fireworks. And with that, I rule the Commonwealth. So let's go rule Nuka World. We pick up a squirt gun. We squirt this guy down. And now Adam passes his judgment. You know, if I could have hit him a third time, it would have been a 1 cycle, but I kept missing. Adam has failed me. And then his electricity came back on. But at least he gets to meet the nerd rage now. Alright, come on, water. Goddamn squirt gun. Alright, here we go. Alright, bye, Coulter. And I picked up the key, the password, and another piece of armor that I will never use. Alright, let me out, dude. Anyway, let's go through the worlds. Because we're the smartest men alive, robots, listen to me. So, we skip this weak Western robot task.
Are simple. We'll each walk into the street. I'll count.
I think a little administrative override is in order.
Employ manual login. Recognized. Rebooting.
We're happy to announce that the first 10 guests to arrive at the Barry the Bear Show will receive a plush berry to take home.
A bottle of Coca-Cola. While the fruit-based flavor with each hospitality is a big deal. Out here, I got 3.
Oh, no. We're not doing this.
Employ manual login.
Attention, please.
Recognized.
Today's
Rebooting.
performance of Capio and Bottlette will begin in approximately 15 minutes.
Oh, thank goodness it's the new deputy. You got to help me find her. Buttercup, have all protein. You gotta track down and bring her back to my. What do you?
Time for a little...
Employee manual login recognized. Exhibition rebooting.
You know, these flying ant swarms are actually really unholy. I mean, who thought of this? After grabbing the key, we work our way into the minefield, and we have to take out the queen. And they were easy. Alright, she died. Let's move on. We make it to this magical guy who kept talking, so I kept repeatedly beating him with the hammer. I actually thought he was going to resist my radiation, but I don't think he does. He kept sending his friends after me, so they kept dying. He'd make them come back alive, and then he would talk some more, so I would beat him again. I should have let them alive because they obviously worship radiation. But he talked a lot, so unfortunately him and his mates had to go. And third time's the charm. And fourth time's the charm. Alright, he's actually dead this time. We left his naked ass there, turned off his machines, and then we gave this section to the disciples because they are my favorite. Somebody let a crazy doctor on the loose, so we killed his gator claws because they do not worship Adam. And at this point we hit harder than a truck, so nothing was really a problem. But we are Adam and we do want to rule everything. Come here, you unholy beast. We felt bad for Cedo,
Deal with it, you idiot.
but he had to go. He doesn't worship Adam. Nice draws. I'd like to point out that the nuke alerts are actually kind of a pain in the ass, but I enjoy the story of what happened in the facility. You know, somebody tried to make better drinks and all the chemicals spilled on the water. These things grew in there after the apocalypse, so now they're basically Nuka Quantum Mirelurks. They've just been drinking, living off of Nuka Quantum their whole lives. But here we are with another queen. We pump ourselves full of drugs because queens like it when you're filled with drugs. And we are a god after all, so we try to appeal all the queens. Unfortunately, she couldn't handle the stick and she died. And our children weren't happy about that, so they attacked me, not remembering that I am their father and I dish out ass whoopings for a living. So they learned the hard way. That one got in trouble in school, and that one just followed in its footpath. So they died at the same time. We make it back to our father, who tells us we did well.
You expected other.
And that's the end of the run. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time.